Well, of course, my design mentor was Frank Lloyd Wright, but I did have several mentors that were colleagues of mine, and they were all ASID members. The very first one that, when I was a very young new member, was Milo Hoots, who was a member of the Washington Metropolitan Chapter and who I admired tremendously as a designer, and I admired his design talent. We had a show house project that came to Washington, and Milo was the primary chairman of that project. And he called for a meeting of all of us that had turned in design boards for the project in the hopes of being awarded a specific room. He started the meeting by holding up the design boards of all of those that were sitting there, and then admonishing us about the fact that they were all uncreative. There was no creativity involved. They were boring. They were very average. And what did we think we were doing turning in such average designs? We were all stunned. But he followed that by talking about design and talking about how it was incumbent upon us to make every design project the very best that we could do, and to spend our entire career striving to stretch our design talents until we felt that we had reached that point of being the very best. And it was one of the most amazing pieces of advice that I had gotten, which seems obvious, but when it's spoken to you by a peer, it's something that you pay attention to, and I did pay attention to that for the rest of my career. 3 other designers that were all national ASID presidents that were mentors of mine. Early on, Dick Whaley, who taught me to let ASID lead me in a direction to improve the talents that I had and to build upon my talents. Jack Lowry, who I dearly adored, taught me to think, and we had many, many really exciting conversations about thinking outside the box. And then I guess the last one that you could consider a mentor, I can still consider a mentor, and she's still a good friend of mine, is Rita St. Clair, who, when I first met her as a young designer, she absolutely terrified me, because she was so outspoken, she was such a great talent, and she was such a giant in the field that although I admired her and I felt that she was a mentor, but I was also afraid of her. Fortunately, all 3 of those personalities and many more have become good friends of mine since then, and also many other designers that have contributed to my career, and their friendship has done a lot to inspire me.
Mentorship is really an incredible component of the interior design profession, and I have really been blessed with having incredible mentors throughout my career. The very first mentor that I remember is Linda Blakesley, and she and I worked together in a small firm in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And in addition to being an incredible designer and patient and kind and thoughtful in how she allowed me to ask a lot of questions, one of the things she really taught me was not only what I was doing, but why I was doing what I was doing. And understanding the why element of design was really informative in me shaping and understanding all of my future design projects.
Yes, I had a mentor. His name is Robert Bartholomew. He was a professor. He retired from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And he helped me, educate me about the field of interior design. I had left medical school and was trying to decide what to do. So I went to him on the Madison campus, and we talked about the field of interior design, what it had to offer, and what some of the things that I like to do or I thought I might want to do. So he helped direct me to the master's program in interior design, and then he became my advisor while I was enrolled there.